What is up, guys? My name is Harry Rice, and welcome back to the channel. Today is the next video for 25 Days of Harry. I believe this is day 5. I've already lost count. I'm recording all these videos in bulk. Today, as you guys can tell by the title, it is my top 10 favorite TV shows. This has become a yearly kind of tradition that I do on the channel as a part of the collection and top videos lists. The list actually has changed quite a bit. I believe there are 2 new TV shows on the list, maybe 3, but I believe there's 2. No, there is for sure 3, because three new TV shows, couple different placements. So yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna get right into it. Number 10 is Ozark. The reason this show is so low on the list is because I've only seen the first season. It is that good. The first season is really damn good. I don't think I've even finished the first season yet. Me and my best friend, we started it back in the summer, I'm pretty sure. We've just been pushing it off just because there's been so many different movies and shows that have kind of pushed their way in that we watched. But Ozark, it stars Jason Bateman and Laura Linney. I almost said Laura Dern. Laura Linney. And they have their family. They have their 2 kids. 2 kids. And they end up being in financial trouble, so they move from where they are to the Ozarks, where Jason Bateman starts to try to launder money to be able to pay off a debt that he has, and it's really good. I'm not explaining the full plot in the slightest. I might have even butchered the plot that I was trying to say, but watch Ozark. The best way to put it is the best way that John from Hot Take Hockey described it to me. It's like Breaking Bad, but more focused on the family aspect of it, and I love Breaking Bad. Spoiler for the future part of the list. But Ozark does a great job. If you want both dynamics, Breaking Bad is great for the criminal aspect of it. Ozark is great for the family aspect of it so far. It is really good. There's a bunch of, like Breaking Bad, there's a ton of characters that get involved and come into the show. It's a really damn good show. Ozark's number 10. Expect it to be higher next year if we start watching it again, because we keep pushing it off, like I said, because other movies and shows come in. But expect Ozark higher on the list if we are able to check it out. Coming in at number 9 is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We got start off with something so serious. We got to get something a little lighter in there. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I mentioned it in the TV show video. I mentioned it in yesterday's video, the TV show collection. This is just a fun show. I binged the first 3 seasons that I have on DVD. It's just a really fun show to watch. Most of these shows, by the way, I have not completed. And a lot of them you don't really have to complete, like Fresh Prince. Like, you don't have to see every single episode to get the story. Each episode's its own story. It's just a really fun show. It's really funny. It's got a lot of great moments. Will Smith is great. James Avery. Every character has their moments, and it's just a really fun show that I really like watching once in a while. Sometimes I'll just go on YouTube and look up random clips, and I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, or Fresh Prince of, I forget what it is, but I just love watching Fresh Prince YTPs as well, because they take great episodes and make them really a little bit funnier, just because I love YouTube poops in general. But Fresh Prince, there's not much to say about these shows. Just, I really like them, you know? If you want a fun show to watch, Fresh Prince is kind of right for you. Or if you want, on the other aspect, a funny, you got Always Sunny in Philadelphia coming in at number 8. This is a show that I didn't know much about when I first started to watch it. I knew that The Trash Man came from it, that Danny DeVito had so many really funny quotable lines from the show, and that I think I knew the "Suicide is Badass" line from this show beforehand. But me and my best friend, we started out with the first season, and the first season is pretty funny. I do like the first season, but it's when Frank gets involved in, I believe, the first episode of the second season, when Frank comes in, when Danny DeVito enters the show, that's when it starts getting even better. It is great. It is an overall really funny, hilarious show that has some social satire in there. It's a really smart comedy. It's dumb at some points, but at other points they'll have a little bit of smart humor in there. My favorite episode is maybe the one where, like, the second half is all filmed like it's one take. The episode where the health inspector comes by to the bar where that they own and work at. It's a really great episode. It's just really impressive that they were able to get this one take episode done, and they were able to get it in one take. Obviously not the first take, but they were able to get it in one take and didn't have to splice the second half into any takes, because the amount of shit going on in this episode is it makes it really, really impressive. That episode's great. The Christmas special is hilarious. The Nightman Cometh, obviously I had to mention the Nightman Cometh. Great. This series is just filled with great episodes. It sucks that I haven't watched it too much recently, because I really, really want to watch it more. I mean, hey, if anything, it's good, because there's just an entire backlog of the past, like, 5 seasons that I need to watch. Country Mac. I gotta mention Country Mac, because Sean William Scott is fucking great in everything he's in, and he's almost at his best in this. He is hilarious as Country Mac. He's great. Check out It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Watch it. I don't know if it still airs on FX, or if it's FXX, or if it's on FXXX, which I'd hope not. Who knows? Knowing Fox, they've probably made F triple X by now, and probably F quadruple X. But I mean, hey, I don't have it, so I don't know. Next up, number 7, WandaVision. This isn't an amazing show. It's not a great drama. It's not a great comedy, but it kept me interested throughout the whole season. It's through the whole series. It's almost like Your Honor in a way, except Your Honor I could find way more plot holes with, and there was 1 or 2 episodes that were just downright bad. This show had maybe half an episode of being bad from what I can recall. It was overall a really fun experience to watch, because watching the first episode, and because I'm not going to spoil much from because from what the trailers show, it just shows different eras, Wanda and Vision in different eras. And it was just like, what's this show going to be about? Like, what is the show going to be? And then the first 2 episodes are set in the 50s. And as the show goes on, you get little hints of what's going on through the first couple episodes. And it's just like, okay, like, I like this. You know, there's certain moments where, like, Wanda almost breaks character. Or there's certain moments where, like, just everything, like, becomes super serious, and there's moments where, like, things are starting to turn into color because it's in the 50s, so it's black and white. And when it eventually does reveal what's going on and everything kind of starts to come together, that's when the show really picks up. I think the first 3 to 4 episodes are really good, but once you get into the 5th through I think 10, I think there's 10 episodes, I forget. Once you get from the 5th episode onwards, it's really, really good. And the last 2 episodes kind of defer into generic MCU fodder, but but they're still good. They're still good given what you've seen with the characters involved in the last couple episodes at that point. It's a really, really good show, and it's really great seeing Kat Dennings return as Darcy in this show, because I really liked her in Thor. So it's really cool to see her come back into the MCU with this show. Again, Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. I'm butchering his name. I can tell already. It's not Paul Bentley. But they do great as usual in this show. The couple surprises that they throw at us in this show are really cool. The small commercial breaks hinting at something deeper within the MCU is really cool as well. It's just really, really cool that that they were able to throw so much into this show in the first 10 episodes. I don't think any of the other MCU shows are able to do. I've only seen the first 2 episodes of Loki. I don't plan on watching Captain America because I don't like Captain America. I'm gonna probably start watching Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye's actually started airing by the time this video comes out. So, yeah. WandaVision. What can I say except for check it out? You know. Yeah. Next up, Hail Hydra, is Stranger Things. This is a Netflix show. I believe this is number 6. I'm pretty sure this is number 6. I'm just going to correspond with my list really quickly. Yes, this is indeed the number 6 slot. Stranger Things, it's good 80s type of fun, you know? It's a really fun show. It's been on for 3... It's weird. There's moments where it's fun, and there's moments where it's really dramatic. I consider it more fun. Because if you don't take the serious moments like extremely seriously and just take it still as like, okay, this is still kind of fun, it works so much better, at least in my opinion. I really like this show. Winona Ryder had a career resurgence because of it, so I love the show even more because of that. David Harbour's great. Millie Bobby Brown is great in this. Finn Wolfhard's all right. Gaten Matarazzo, I think, might be the breakout star from this, arguably, because he's just really good as Dusty. But then again, I could see him easily getting typecast as characters like Dusty, and I think he has been. So I'm hoping that's not the case. But the show, it's about a group of kids in the '80s who find this girl, her name 11, and it turns out she has telekinetic powers. I can't speak worth a damn today. Telekinetic powers, and basically, Winona Ryder, Joyce Byers' son, goes missing, and she's trying to find it. David Harbour plays the cop Harper. I don't even remember at this point. Hopper, I'm pretty sure. David Harbour plays Hopper, plays Harper. Yeah, this is Wizards of Waverly Place all of a sudden. And they're trying to find him, and the kids end up getting involved. That's pretty much the plot for the first season. I don't want to spoil for the second or third season or the fourth season because we kind of know the plot of the fourth season at this point. Come on, we all know. But yeah, I would check out Stranger Things. The less you know, aside from what I've told you, the better. You know, the less you know about what happens with the show and what happens with you know, Millie and Finn, Gaten, the other ones. You know, all I want to say is, oh yeah, and there's also the subplot with the teens. Barbara gets killed. Spoilers. I think everyone knows Barbara dies at this point in the first season. There's Natalia Dyer. She's great in this. I really like Natalia Dyer. Yes, God, Yes is an not amazing, but it's a really good film. Spoiler for the top 100 favorite movies list. I like how I'm just spoiling myself at this point. Who else? There's also not Joe Mazzo, he's an NHL player. The guy who plays Steve Herring, he's pretty good. There's the other one, I can't remember his name, but he's really good in this one. Maya Hawke comes in the third season. She's pretty good. She has a really good short cameo in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Stranger Things is just really fun. I'd recommend checking it out. It's a really good show. Yeah, check it out. It's really, really great. Give it a couple episodes. The first 2 or 3 episodes are good. But once you get to the 4th episode and onwards, it really starts to identify itself with what it wants to be, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure it's the 4th episode where it starts to come into its own. It's been a while since I've seen the first season. I'm trying to I might be misremembering things. But give it a couple episodes. It'll start finding its footing and it'll get really attached to you. Coming in at the number 5 is just a fun show. Like, come on, like who doesn't like this? Oh, it's Ozark, number 5. Sorry. Coming in at number 5 is SpongeBob SquarePants. Who doesn't love SpongeBob? Who doesn't love SpongeBob? Find me one person in the world who does not enjoy SpongeBob SquarePants. This is just a fun kids show. You know, it's one of those shows I'll watch with my best friend. We'll be like, you know, you want to watch some SpongeBob, like late at night, like 2:30, and we're like, yeah, fuck it, why not? We'll watch 2 or 3 episodes. It's just fun. Patrick, I think everyone relates to Patrick. Everyone relates to Squidward in some manner. Mr. Krabs, Clancy Brown is great. Everyone was kind of perfectly cast in this back in '99. And when they come in, the first 3 seasons, everyone said it before, and I'll keep referring to it. First 3 seasons are really funny. They're really great. 4th season, I will argue, I think the 4th season is pretty good. It has its moments. Season 5, I think, had a few good episodes. If I'm remembering those, they might have been from season 4 though. Season 6 onwards, you can just take them and push them somewhere else. I can't remember how many times I've quoted that. Show's incredibly quotable. It's great. It's just fun. If you want to take your mind off the real world or not watch a serious show, just come back to SpongeBob. SpongeBob is a fun show to watch. I don't think I have to convince anyone otherwise. It's just fun and it's really great. Number 4, Better Call Saul, taking a drop from number 2 to number 4. Better Call Saul, this is just a great show. It's a spin-off of Breaking Bad, which, spoiler, it's in the top 3. If you guys think it dropped out of the top 10 completely, I don't know what to tell you. But it's a spin-off of Breaking Bad starring Saul Goodman, the lawyer the comic relief, I guess, if you will, of that show. And it kind of shows him how he got into what happens in Breaking Bad. It's a prequel in that regard. And it's really, really good. It doesn't give him the comedic elements until later in the series, spoiler. And hell, he doesn't even go by Saul Goodman at first. He is Jimmy McGill, which is his real name. Check it out. I don't want to spoil anything. Basically, Jimmy McGill's trying to be a lawyer. He tries to get into being a lawyer. Um, that's pretty much all I can say about the show without really going into detail for certain plot points and spoiling it. And yeah, but just check out Better Call Saul. It's an incredible show. The 6th season is actually coming out next year. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th season. It's going to be airing on TV next year, obviously. So it gives you guys enough time to watch the first 5 seasons. It is a damn good show. Once I started it, we could not put it down. Me and my best friend, because it was her second or third time watching the series. I think third time, actually. And it was my first time watching it. We just could not put it down. We had to keep watching episode after episode. And it was just a really damn good watch through. And everything they do in this show works. Everything they do in the show works, in my opinion. And it's just a great prequel. It's the ideal on how to do a prequel to a show or a movie that builds upon the characters without just, hey, this is how they got here. Like, no, this is how they got here. We're giving them character. We're bringing in new characters that won't be in this new show, so it makes you wonder what's going to happen to them. It gives you details about the show you used to watch. I'm pretty sure in Breaking Bad that you don't find out in that show, for example. You know, again, stuff about Saul Goodman, Jimmy McGill. You know, I really love this show, and I can't wait for the next season to come out. So Breaking Bad. I wish Breaking Bad was coming out next year again. Better Call Saul, just check it out, and listen to the song that Junior Brown did for the show. It's a really, really fun country song. Coming in at the number 3 slot, this is going to be a show that I'm not going to really talk about too much, because again, I don't want to spoil the plot of it too much. It's only a 2-seasoner, but I think anyone who knows me and knows I like TV shows knows I really like this show. Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is an animated show, and I think it's the kind of perfect Disney show, in my opinion. It's the only good Disney show, really. Animated or live action. Come at me, I dare you. At me, please. Gravity Falls is about 2 kids, Dipper and Mabel, who end up getting sent by their parents to live with their grunkle Stan. And basically, they find out that monsters are in the town, and they find these books that give you kind of secrets and tips about the not secrets and tips, but they give you the secrets of what these monsters are. And as the plot evolves, it's really damn good. This is a really good show, and it sucks it only went on for 2 seasons. And it sucks Disney didn't pick up the 3rd season, because I believe Alex Hirsch, the creator of the show, and the voice of a couple people on the show, including Grunkle Stan, wanted to do a 3rd season like 2 or 3 years ago. He wanted to make the 3rd season, or I think a movie or something, but he wanted to do something with Gravity Falls again on Disney, and they wouldn't let him. I mean, I think now they will be able to, because Gravity Falls, I think, is on Disney Plus. It should be. Because they have Disney Plus now, they couldn't do something more with Gravity Falls. But, yeah, check out the first 2 seasons. Or check out the 2 seasons of the show. Check out the pilot, because the pilot is actually on YouTube. Check out the mini shorts that are on YouTube. They are really, really funny. Read the comics. I haven't, but they're written, I'm pretty sure, by Alex Hirsch. They're really fun, I'm sure. I gotta read them myself. I just don't like reading books. And yeah, I wish they would make a Gravity Falls video game, because that would be great. Check it out. Every voice actor in this is great. Everyone is really, really solid in this show. They clearly weren't doing it just for a paycheck. They really liked the show, and they cared about it. And yeah, I really, really want them to bring back Gravity Falls, because I thought it was a really, really fun show, and a really great show that actually had its emotional moments and had its character development, which is really not like a Disney show to actually have good humor and character development. You know? Gravity Falls coming in at number 3. Check it out. In at number 2, the show I've been watching the most recently, a couple people know what it is. I'm honestly surprised it didn't take the number 1 spot, but it does take the number 2 spot. And that show, which I'm sure many of you guys are going to be surprised to find out, I only watched starting this year, that's Seinfeld. Seinfeld is just great. It's a really damn funny sitcom. It's a show that just works on kind of every level. Jerry Seinfeld is really funny in this. George Costanza, George Costanza is just George Costanza. I relate so heavily to him. It feels like Kramer is great. Kramer arguably might be my favorite character. Elaine is there. So many of the little characters they run into for an episode or two are really funny. Some of the recurring characters are great. I love Newman. I think everyone loves Newman. There's so much about this show created by Larry David. I really got to start watching more Curb Your Enthusiasm, by the way. Every episode I've seen of the show works. Every episode that I've watched is incredibly funny. There's at least one or two gags that are jokes that are just like really damn good, and this show as a whole just really clicks for me. Seinfeld is just an incredible show. There's not much to say, I can't go deep into what the show is about because it's a show about nothing really. Every episode is a different plot. It's really about nothing, There's things that happen in each episode. That's pretty much all I could say is the characters get into different scenarios each episode. That sounds like a generic sitcom, but believe me, with the way that this show does it, it's hilarious. Every plot somehow ends up coming all back together, and it's pretty funny. I've seen maybe 15, 20 episodes at this point, but even then, having just seen those 15 to 20, if those are the only good episodes of the series that I end up loving, it's well worth it, because those episodes are really damn funny. Soup Nazi, I think, is the most popular episode. I've seen that one. I'm trying to name a couple that I've seen. I've seen the one where George's girlfriend goes nude on the beach. That was a really goddamn funny episode. I've seen the one where Kramer accidentally bakes himself and he ends up being a turkey for like 2 seconds. I've seen a lot of the really like kind of popular episodes. If you look at the Seinfeld complete series trailer, a lot of the mini clips that flash by, I've seen a lot of those episodes. So, Seinfeld coming in at number 2. You guys are probably wondering what could be number 1. By the way, I guess honorable mentions. Your Honor. It was a really damn good show with Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston kind of carried that show to what it was. The reason that I actually want it to get a second season, and it is. So I'm really happy about that. I'm trying to look over at my DVD collection. American Pie. Family Guy's first like 3 seasons. I really like the first 3 seasons of American Family Guy. Family Guy. Fuck American Dad. That was actually a really bad show. Geez, I don't know. There's a couple honorable mentions that I'm not thinking of. If I somehow think of them, I'll throw them up on screen somewhere, maybe above and below the Seinfeld logo, maybe. But you guys are probably thinking, Harry, I haven't watched last year's 25 Days of Harry. I'm a new subscriber, or I'm an old subscriber. I just didn't feel like watching it. I'm watching this one. What could possibly be your favorite show of all time? Well, if you've been listening, then you'll probably know that this show is number 1 because I've mentioned it numerous times. Number 1, in my opinion, the greatest TV show of all time. Probably will never be topped, in my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, Breaking Bad. There's really not much I can say about this show. It is the greatest TV show I've ever seen. It has its funny moments. It is extremely serious. Every episode of the show is incredible. Every episode of the show just works. Everything about this show clicks. Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, RJ Mitty, everyone on this show works. I'm forgetting some of the actors' names. I apologize. But just everyone in this show is a great actor, and I'm really happy this show got Aaron Paul his big start, brought back Bryan Cranston's career. I wasn't really down. It was just went from Malcolm in the Middle to Breaking Bad the next year. So you went from a great show to a really damn good show, to the best show ever. Yeah, basically to sum it up really quickly, it's a show about Walter White who ends up having cancer. I forget what exactly it is. I forget if it's throat cancer. That's small little details slip, like small little details like that. It's funny. It's funny. Small details like that slip my mind, but like bigger details for some reason I can remember, and some smaller details I'll remember. Like I remember Aaron Paul. I remember Jesse Pinkman wanting to piss on Mr. White, but I don't remember what type of cancer Walter White has. But he has cancer, and to support his family after he's gone, he starts selling methamphetamine. He starts selling meth, and eventually it gets into a bigger and bigger role in the show, and It's like I said, it's more about the crime aspect of it, and he's a chemistry teacher who enlists Jesse Pinkman, a former student of his, help, who actually does sell meth and is involved in that area. That's his area of expertise, I guess, and they end up coming together and making meth and selling it. It's an incredible show. The first season is really good, and I agree with what James Rolfe said. Go check out James Rolfe's Cinemassacre review on this show. The show starts to really, really pick up when Tuco Salamanca is introduced in this show. When he's introduced, the entire script just gets flipped. This show is really goddamn good. And I can't stress that enough, how much I love this show and how good it is. There's a reason I've been trying to convince my parents for like a year to start this show and to watch this show. It is my favorite show of all time. I think it's the greatest show of all time. I don't think anything's ever gonna pass it. I honestly hope a show does pass it, because I want there to be incredible TV shows upon incredible TV shows to watch. You know, I don't want it to just be Breaking Bad and everything else. Like, I want there to be like 18,000 different shows that you could consider the greatest of all time, so we can have this discussion and so people can keep watching different shows, not just, hey, you can watch like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and there's like 2 other shows maybe. You know, like I want it to be really good drama shows. You know, I really want there to be good drama shows. But Breaking Bad is, again, the greatest show ever. I can't stress that enough. The writing is incredible. The directing is incredible. The acting, as always, is amazing. Crawl Space. That's all I have to say. Crawl Space. If you want great acting, Bryan Cranston in that episode just blows your mind, man. Yeah, just everything about the show. I'm gonna geek out. I'm geeking out, but like this show, I love it. There's a reason I want to get every single season on DVD, and I really don't care how much I pay for them. This show is just great. I'm gonna just say that over and over. It's great. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's perfect. It's the greatest show of all time. Go check it out, guys, because Breaking Bad deserves everyone's love and praise, and everyone owning it, and make the creators money. Yeah. El Camino. You could avoid it if you want. I think it's a nice send-off for Jesse Pinkman. But you don't have to watch it. Breaking Bad itself is great on its own. Yeah. Alright, guys. That is going to do it for today's stream. That is going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to stretch myself out. That sounded really bad. I'm going to stretch myself out across the screen, I should mean, because of the camera. You guys, you fucking know what I mean. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Harry Rice. Subscribe to the Puff Club. Subscribe to the Heath Club. Subscribe to the Top Club. If you remember the mod squad, thank you for monitoring any comments on any streams and or any videos. It is much appreciated, guys. Links in the description. Check them out. The links. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. That is going to do it for this video, 25 Days of Harry, guys. Again, it is greatly, greatly appreciated. I love that you guys are willing to come by, support the 25 Days of Harry like this. It means a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice. That's going to do it for today's video again. And I am out. Stay classy, boys. Ale Morial. And always, always remember, go Abs, go, baby. That's it for this video, guys. I hope to see you in the future. Peace, boys. Love you guys. Peace.